give you my heart.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Elena Reed. I am a wife, a mom of 3, and I do family and lifestyle vlogs, and sometimes I incorporate some fun unboxings and other things. So today I'm going to do a Q&A when I get around to sitting down and having some time to do it. I narrowed it down to 10 questions. You guys asked me a total of 32 questions over all my social media platforms. So I'm gonna sit down, and I narrowed it down to 10 because I want to go into depth and answer all of them like really, really well. I picked like questions that I thought would either be important for me to answer or just like fun content for the channel. So I'm gonna do that today. It's Monday, I don't have to work. We're pretty much just gonna stay home today. I have some updates that it'll be a part of the Q&A later on, so I'll let you guys know like what exactly is going on. But I'm just staying home today, focusing on cleaning. I'm going to add that Q&A for you guys, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's a typical Monday. We usually spend the day either running errands or just going to the splash pad or just staying home and getting some cleaning done that didn't get done over the weekend. I'm having a little bit of mom guilt, and I'm just sitting here taking a break from cleaning because I just feel so bad. I was working on the bathroom, and it's a mess. Having boys, it's a mess. Ezra, get off of him. Get off. So Nathan had to go to the bathroom, and Nathan's had like some bladder things going on. It's like he can't hold it. I don't know if it's because he's been holding it too long already, and then he just waits until he can't hold it anymore, or if as soon as he gets the urge to go, he just can't hold it. I don't know. But he's had a lot of accidents, and him going on 7 and starting first grade, in 2 months, it worries me. And so he had to go when I was cleaning the bathroom, and I opened the door, and he just runs in, and he didn't even hardly get his pants down, and he just starts going all over the floor, all on the back of the toilet, and I went off on him, and I feel really bad, and I'm taking a minute to calm down before I go in there and talk to him because I feel so bad. It's definitely not how to have a healthy, constructive, like, relationship with your child. So I feel really bad. And these two have been picking at each other all day, the twins. So yeah, I'm hoping I get time today to film this Q&A. Fingers crossed. Okay, we made it. Well, I made it. It is much, much later. I'm still working on my coffee from this morning, and I'm literally just sitting on my floor, and I feel like I'm spilling out of my outfit today, and I feel stressed. I was rushing to get dressed, trying to look cute, trying to do my makeup. It's just been a day, and right now the boys are all awake. They wouldn't take a nap, so I don't know how much of this video I'm gonna get through, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try, because I feel like I let being a mom stress me out so bad that I don't end up always filming videos, or just, stop filming a video, delete the clips, and like wait a week or 2 to see if I feel better, and I need to stop doing that. So since I'm filming on my phone, I wrote down the questions here on this notebook. Please ignore my children. They're probably gonna talk, scream, fight, whatever in the background, but we're just gonna keep going. So yeah, I only have 10 here. I'm gonna try to give them a little bit more than just a 1-word answer and go from there. So the first question that I got from you guys was, are you guys going to have another baby? Whew, this question. Days like today, my answer is just a big fat no, I'm done. Just because I've been so stressed out with them lately. And this is something that I talk to my therapist about a lot. More so than I do my husband. Like, I talk about my kids a lot. I'm like, they really stress the heck out of me. And it's like the older they get, the less I'm finding it harder and harder to like handle everybody, wrangle everybody in, get a good system down, So I know without a doubt that my husband would love to have another baby, but financially, I don't think it's something that we could even think about until after the boys are in school, which is a couple years from now still. because they aren't even 3 yet. They'll be 3 in August. So if we did ever have another one, that would be something that we would have to think about years down the road. Not only that, but my chances of having another set of twins is very high, and that's another thing. And with us trying to look at 3 and 4 bedroom houses, if there was, 7 of us, there wouldn't be enough bedrooms for all of us. We would need to buy a really big house, and we can't afford that. So just financially, I don't think that's something that will happen. I think we're pretty content with the kids that we have. I know he would love to have another one, but realistically and financially, I just don't see it happening. Next question is, where is your wedding ring? So I was gonna do a whole video on this, but then I was like, no, that's stupid. I was gonna address this because when we got married, a couple of the comments that I was getting on like Facebook and on my YouTube video that I made about our wedding was, oh, I love your ring, it's so pretty. I loved that ring too. And a couple questions I've gotten recently are like, oh, did you get a new ring? Blah, blah, blah. Short answer is no, I did not get a new ring. Long answer is I've been wearing lots of different fashion rings on this hand, on this finger, but my actual wedding set is gone. Back in January, when our power went out, which I did tell you guys about that in a video, the power was out for the entire weekend. We went to go stay with his mother-in-law, and when we came back home, he had to go to work that coming Monday, and he noticed that his work bag was missing out of his car. My wedding rings were in his work bag. He was going to take them to get engraved for our anniversary. He was going to go drop them off because I had the kids all day. I was not going to be going all the way out to the mall. He said he would do it on Monday after work. So he had put the rings in his work bag over the weekend to remind himself, hey, drop this off at the mall on Monday. Well, power was out. We ended up going to his mother-in-law's and staying at her house, and he forgot that the bag was even out in the car. And someone broke into his car. They took his bag, they took his coin jar, $50 cash was stolen. So like all of his work supplies, tools, paperwork that he needed for work, that was all stolen out of the bag. Well, the bag itself was stolen, and that was a bag that I bought him for like a birthday present or something. So, I was super devastated. He was even more devastated because he was like, that meant a lot to me. I saved so much money up to get you that. And he's like, I just feel like I've failed. He felt so bad about it. It's been about 6-7 months since that happened. And I've just been wearing my silicone ones. I've been wearing some fashion rings. I found some really cute fashion rings, so I've been like playing around with fashion rings. But as far as like an actual wedding ring goes, I don't have one anymore. We actually did order a new set. It's a moissanite set. It's not diamond. It's beautiful though. I really love it. Super inexpensive because we're trying to buy a house and do all this other stuff. So that'll be like kind of like a replacement ring, I guess. I'm totally fine with it. I'm not really worried about some big expensive ring. Like that's totally unnecessary to me. And I'm not worried about diamonds either. Moissanites are great. And when that ring comes, I'll do like a whole video about it because I'm actually really excited for it to come in. All right, question number 3, how is your marriage? I wanted to do a whole separate video on this too because I know I was doing like marriage updates for a while, and we've just been so busy. I've been so busy just trying to work in my weekly vlogs, my weekend vlogs, filming important things, house updates, that I've kind of like neglected to talk about my marriage, And I would say right now we are a work in progress. The first year was a lot harder than this second year. This second year hasn't been as hard. I feel like in a way I'm getting to know him all over again. It's like when we were dating, it was so different. I really didn't think marriage would be that different because we were living together already. We had children together. It's so different though, especially when you're like being more open about your finances and like your future goals and like where you see each other in 5 to 10 to 15 years. So different. So we're kind of like, it's almost like we're dating each other again. We try to find time to do like date nights or just sit down and like, you know, drink some wine together and talk. Or like recently, I made some mixed drinks for us and some popcorn, and I think I showed you guys when I did that. And we just sat and watched a movie that night, and we talked for a little bit afterwards, like laid in bed and just talked. And it's just amazing how even after being with someone for 5, almost 6 years, you still learn new things about them. Not necessarily, like not bad things, but you learn more things about them. It's like you never stop getting to know them and fall more in love with them. And I think that's beautiful, but that's not to say that it doesn't come without its like struggles and its worries and its hardships, because we definitely have been going through it. We both have been very stressed financially, you know, stressed trying to raise these boys and be good parents and find time for ourselves individually, which is so hard, and finding time for each other too. I feel like maybe a little bit our relationship has been neglected because we've been doing all these other things, and we've been putting, you know, precedents, like making that more important than our marriage. And we both kind of like called each other out on it recently. We were like, man, we have not really given each other any time recently. So we had to kind of take a step back and like reevaluate that. So yeah, marriage is a work in progress, but as far as we go, things are definitely better in the second year than it was in the first year. They were not lying when they said that the first year of marriage is so hard. And now that we're coming up on our second anniversary, there's a lot to look back on and reflect on. And yeah, it's been quite a journey. The fourth question is, are you close with your family? I would say my immediate family, excluding my kids and husband, yes. So like my mom, my grandma, my aunt, and my 2 little sisters. I'm very close with them. Grew up with them, lived with them. But as far as like my dad's side of the family, I don't know any of them. In the recent years of me being an adult, I have like connected with them on social media a little bit. So like I know of them. I get to see like their kids, their lives, how they're doing. But I've never really like met them. I don't know them. I have another little sister named Leah who I've connected with on Facebook. So I get to like see her life. I have a couple cousins that I've gotten to like add on Facebook, but I'm not close with any of them. I can't really say that like I know them. I have 2 older brothers that I haven't seen since I was a teenager. So I think I was 14, 12, maybe 12 when I saw my brother Christopher. He's the younger of the 2, but he's still older than I am. I think he's 28 now. Yeah, I think he's 2 years older than me. And then my brother Cameron, he should be 30 or 31. They're like both 2 years apart. So yeah. And I saw him when Nathan was just a few months old. He and his fiance at the time came to South Bend to meet up with me at my mom's house, and they got to meet Nathan, and I got to meet his daughter. He now has another child, a son, and I haven't met him yet, so I really have only got to meet him and my niece. And my brother Christopher has, I believe, 2 kids as well, and I haven't met either one of his kids, and I think he's married. So yeah, I'm really only close with, you know, my immediate family on my mom's side. I don't know my dad's side. And my stepdad, I was close with a lot of those family members growing up because my mom and him were married and living together. And so a lot of the family things we went to were like for my stepdad's family, and I got to have a close relationship with them. But since my parents have divorced, and they've been divorced since I was a sophomore in high school, my relationship with those people it's become less and less. And, you know, I don't have any ill feelings towards them. I still have a lot of them on social media. I still speak to them when I see them, but we're just not as close as we used to be, and it's pretty obvious. But overall, I'm happy though, because I being almost 30 years old, you know, I'm a wife and a mom. Like, I have my own family, so I'm not so much worried about having a close relationship with other people because I'm building my own little family, and I just want to, like, I most importantly, I want to be close and have a good relationship with them, like, above everything else. The fifth question I got: any tips for moms of multiples? Ladies, structure, schedule, discipline. Ooh, and if they're small, if they're like really small, like infants, discipline obviously isn't something that you're going to be focusing on because they don't really know right from wrong yet, like my kids. But definitely schedule and structure. Kids thrive off of that. When their routine is thrown off, you can notice a huge difference in their sleep, in their eating patterns, in their overall behavior. They'll be more irritable if they're not on a good schedule. Especially my oldest, since he is on the autism spectrum, he really, really needs that structure even more. It's so important to keep his day-to-day, you know, pretty consistent because he does not like to have his day thrown off. And it goes for my toddlers too. You know, they're not, as far as I know, on the autism spectrum, but they can really act out and just be their worst selves on the days that we aren't in a routine. You know, if their sleep gets thrown off, that's a big factor with them being irritable. And so it's just really finding your groove as a mom, which I'm still working on it. Finding your groove when you have, especially like multiples, once they hit like 1.5 to 3 years, girl, it's all about the structure and finding a schedule and writing things down, making lists, getting a planner, an organizer, putting things on the calendar. I have notes in my phone. I have this notebook. I have 2 planners. I have a calendar in the kitchen, 2 calendars actually. I'm constantly jotting things down on my phone, jotting things down on paper, making notes. I'm always trying to stay organized. Like, that's the only way that you're gonna get through it, is just keeping everything together. Number 6 is, what is your dream career? So, if you guys have been following me for a little while, then you'll know that I am a certified medical assistant. I am not currently practicing, but I was just recently, during the pandemic, working as a phleb. I was working in the medical field. And something that I really want to do is go back to school to get my ASN, which is an associate's degree in nursing. I would go for a bachelor's. I'm just worried about all the things that we're trying to do right now. I'm not sure if I would be able to do school for that long and also still be able to work a job to have income to provide for my family. Unfortunately, you know, we're not financially set up for me to be a stay-at-home mom. If we were, that would free up some more time for me to take classes and put schooling as my main focus. But I'm really leaning towards associates because that's a 2-year program. Sometimes it can be even shorter if you really push through the work and get the work done and do the clinicals and everything that like ties into that. And so with that, it would open up more job opportunities. Nurses obviously make more money. ASNs don't make as much as like BSNs or RNs, like the higher up nurses, but they do still make more than a medical assistant does. And nursing is something that I'm very passionate about. But as far as like my dream career, I don't know if you guys know, but I love to draw, and I wouldn't say I'm like amazing, because there's so many amazing artists in the world, but I definitely feel like I do have a bit of a talent for drawing and painting. And I haven't really done a lot of painting or drawing in the recent years since I've been busy being a mom, but I do miss it. And I originally was going to try to get into the Art Institute of Chicago for it, and I was going to major in graphic design and I was going to minor in illustration. That's what I had set my mind on. That's what I wanted to do, and I was so passionate about art. And I still like to doodle in my notebook sometimes when I find time to myself. But it's definitely a dream that I've had to kind of let go of, I guess. I don't know. Becoming a mom shifted what was important to me And I realized not only that, but there really aren't any graphic design jobs in this area. It would involve me working from home and probably not making very much money, or having to relocate as a graphic designer. And with the pandemic now, like obviously I didn't know this was gonna happen back then, but just where I am at in my life now and what's going on in the world right now, it's honestly best that I didn't pursue a career doing that. And it just having, you know, 3 little kids, it would be very, very hard to juggle all of that. So I'm trying to be realistic, but also understanding that I'm more than just a wife and a mom. Like, I'm still a person, and I should be able to reach my goals, accomplish more, be successful above everything else. And so I really do want to go back to school, and I'm hoping that is something that can happen once the boys are in kindergarten. Obviously I want to start working more at that point, so I would have to kind of work something in with school and work, but I do want to make that happen. Number 7, favorite Starbucks order. So I'll just go ahead and start with my summer order because we're in the summer right now. I love to get the iced caramel macchiatos, and I always get a pump of raspberry in it. I saw it on either TikTok or Pinterest, tried it, and it's super, super good. They discontinued it this summer, but as far as like frappuccinos go, I love the s'mores frap. It's so good, so stinking good. It's that marshmallow stuff they put in there. It's really, really good. And right now they've kept the mocha cookie crumble one on the menu. It was supposed to be seasonal. I loved it last year. They kept it all this year, and so I've been kind of drinking that when I'm like wanting a frappuccino because they don't have the s'mores one. And the mocha cookie crumble does have that like whipped like marshmallow stuff in it, so it kind of tastes similar. And then as far as fall drinks go, I usually get like an iced hazelnut latte or an iced toffee nut latte, and I'll add like caramel drizzle to it. I really like the pumpkin spice latte with ice. I don't like hot drinks. I don't know why, I just don't. But even in the cold months, I won't drink like hot coffee. I like iced coffee. I'm just weird like that. But yeah, the pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice frappuccinos, I like those in the fall. And then in the winter time, I still kind of like stick to my caramel macchiato. I'll try like the white chocolate mocha, like the holiday drinks. Those are good, but I'm pretty boring and pretty consistent with I have like my 5 drinks that I really, really like, and I don't usually venture outside of that. I'm like a really big creature of habit. Number 8, how is your weight loss journey going? Well, it's going. I feel like I'm more so not focusing on the number on the scale, but more so focusing on how I'm feeling, how my body is looking, how my clothes are fitting, because sometimes the scale can be deceiving. You know, you see the number's not really moving, but you can still see changes with your body, you know. So I'm trying to love myself, not be so hard on myself. Obviously, I'm nowhere where I want to be with my body. You know, I've got like this stuff going on. This has been more so since I've become like kind of a stay-at-home mom. I've gained this. I've got more fat here. I've got fat under my chin. The back fat is real. My boobs are huge. Like, I need to go bra shopping soon because nothing fits. From my C-section, I've developed like the mom apron, and I feel like I'm always tucking it into my pants or my shorts to hide it, but sometimes you just can't hide it. Like, it's there. And I'm learning to be forgiving. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. You created life. Like, stop being so hard on yourself because you're not a size 2, you know? And I never was a size 2. I've always been a bigger girl, but obviously I was like very curvy. I had, you know, big butt, big hips, smaller waist, tiny up top. Now I'm not so tiny up top, and I've been hard on myself. So I'm just trying to really watch what I eat, exercising when I can. Now that it's summertime, I'm drinking tons and tons of water, which I just ordered a Hydromate in rose gold. It's so pretty. I think it's coming this week. So if I end up filming another video this week, I'll add that in there. If not, then whenever I get around to making another video, I'll included, or maybe film a clip of me unboxing it. Who knows? But I'm hoping that will also kind of help me like be accountable with my water and like see where I'm at, like see how much water I can really get in a day, because I've been watching YouTube videos of people drinking like a gallon a day for a week, and it really does make a difference. And I'm curious to see like, you know, what that would do for me. Number 9, house updates question mark. This is where I set the notepad down because I'm still a little upset. We put an offer in for a beautiful house. An old lady was selling it, very well kept up, kind of a little outdated with like an old-fashioned fireplace and some old-fashioned appliances and stuff, but beautiful vaulted ceilings, you know, really, really gorgeous home in a super quiet neighborhood down the road from the house that we're in right now. We just fell in love with it, put an offer in, maxed out on like the top of our loan. Like we went all in with this. We're like, you know, we're gonna offer as much as we can because we really want this house. And that was Thursday of the last week. And then just yesterday we found out that we lost out on it. She went with a cash offer, of course. Since we're doing FHA, cash offers, conventional loans, like those are always gonna take precedence over us. Like they're gonna go with those before they go with us. So that does suck. But today we actually have 3 house showings, and my husband gets off work in 30 minutes. So that's why I'm like trying to film this, because we're gonna have to go and look at some houses with 3 of them, hoping we like some, hoping we can put some more offers in, and just keep trying, because the house that we're in right now is pending sale. We do have to be out by September, and it is already the middle of June. So we are, I don't want to say running out of time, but yeah, we really, really do need to find something, anything. And we got so excited because we thought we were so close, and now we've kind of been humbled a little bit. The market is not set up right now to buy a house, but that's something that we've been putting off for years, and it's like we can't rent here anymore. You know, this place is not ours, and we don't have the option to stay here another year. And we even looked into rentals. There's really no houses to rent right now. So it's either buy a house or, I don't know, you know, we obviously don't want to live in an apartment. Like, apartments are so expensive right now, ridiculously expensive. Like, we want to have our own place. And so just say a prayer for us, because it's a work in progress. And then the very last question is, does therapy seem to be helping you? Absolutely yes. Sorry I paused because I had to think. Absolutely yes. I have been not so quick to get angry. Sometimes I still walk away from situations that frustrate me or make me upset, but I don't find myself being so angry about everything. Or more so, I find myself, if I do get angry, I'm really quick to like reevaluate, you know, take a step back, and I'm like, whoa, you know, that was so wrong of me. And I'm learning to be more apologetic, not just with like in my marriage, but also with like my children. You know, sometimes I can be really harsh, and children are children. Like today I, you know, got upset with Nathan, and then I had to realize I was wrong for how I handled the situation. I had to go talk to him, and I had to say, you know, I'm sorry. Mom messed up. Mom was mean, and that's not right, and I shouldn't be that way to you. And he's like, it's okay, Mom. And he gave me a hug. And I think therapy has been a big part of that. I have changed in the last several months that I've been going. And my therapist said something about that too. And so I do think therapy is an amazing thing. You know, some look at it as taboo, or some shy away from talking about it. I'm very open about it now. You know, I tell people all the time, yeah, I'm in therapy. And some might assume that like, oh, she's going through a divorce, or oh, something's probably going on in her life. No, you know, it's just to help me, because I've always kind of struggled with anxiety and stress, and I did have a little bit of depression after my first was born. And so for me, it's something that's helping me navigate like past traumas and just become a better person. And honestly, who doesn't want to become a better person? Like, what's wrong with bettering yourself, you know? And any chance I get to talk about my experience with therapy and getting better, I'm gonna do it, because I feel like more people should stop shying away from it and actually give it a chance. But all right, you guys, that wraps it up for this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope these questions, you know, were beneficial. I hope the answers were beneficial. I hope, you know, whatever questions you guys asked me, that I put the best ones in here. I might film a part 2 in the coming weeks, just because I did get 30 something questions and there were some other good ones, so it was hard to like pick which ones to put into this and which ones to leave out. So comment down below if you would like me to film a part 2 of this Q&A, and I might just do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what the boys are doing out there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.